See? On behalf of the Board of Education of Prince George's County and Superintendent House, I would like to welcome everyone to the ribbon cutting of new Kenmoor Middle School. It's great to see everyone, and most importantly, it's great to see our students that are here. So we'll start with, do y'all like the school? I'm Jason Washington, Associate Superintendent of Supporting Services, as well as Director of the Office of Alternative Infrastructure Planning and Development. And it is truly a pleasure to welcome you to this ribbon cutting. This is a testament, and you will hear from the speakers today, of alignment of county leadership, school leadership, and the community. And I would like to start the acknowledgments with the community. We are so very thankful that you allowed us the opportunity to inconvenience you for the last 2.5 years. We appreciate the town halls and the feedback and the questions, and your focus on making sure that we delivered the school that is worthy of all of the students that will attend this school. And so I just want to say thank you on behalf of our team for giving us this opportunity. And so with that, I would like to turn it over to Principal Turner to give remarks and for the program to begin.
Thank you so much, Mr. Washington. Good morning and greetings. Good morning to our parents, families, students, and distinguished guests. It is my privilege and great pleasure to welcome you all to today's Kenmoor Middle School's ribbon cutting ceremony. We are excited to welcome you into our new, beautiful building. This year at Kenmoor, our theme is cultivating a culture of excellence. To cultivate can be described as working to acquire or develop a quality, sentiment, or skill. Here at Kenmoor Middle School, our mission is to cultivate students who are global citizens, communicators, critical thinkers, creators and innovators, and global directed leaders. This cultivation of excellence can already be seen throughout our buildings and in the hallways as we observe our students immersed daily in all of the new learning spaces that this new building has to offer. If you are to walk the hallways today, you may see students conducting STEM activities in our STEM room, preparing for recitals for dance and music in our music rooms, planting flowers in our green spaces, and practicing for baseball season in our new baseball field, and we are taking home that trophy this year. You may hear our students sharing the Kenmoor core values of grand from our new AV production room, and we're trying to figure out how do we work all of that production equipment, and preparing and developing peer-to-peer relationships and building those social skills in our open space cafeteria. We are excited and confident and know that this new environment will support our endeavors towards excellence as we continue the path of providing 21st century learning opportunities for our students here at Kenmoor Middle School. So, as principal, on behalf of the Kenmoor family, I want to thank you all for being here this morning and for your continued support and partnership. Thank you.
Well, good morning. I'm Superintendent Millard House, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you all. Isn't this an incredible facility and incredible opportunity to celebrate this morning? Absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Principal Turner and the middle school choir. I know you guys are really ready to do your thing here in just a moment, and I want to congratulate you ahead of time because Mr. House has to step away and present at Capitol Hill to ensure that we tell people on the Hill about the wonderful things that we're doing and the support that we continuously will need in our public school systems in Prince George's County. Now, specifically, this beautiful building launches quite frankly, a new chapter in the history of Kenmoor Middle School. Initially known as Kenmoor Junior High School when it opened its doors in 1973. Actually, I was 1 year old when we opened these doors originally, which is, we had about 600 students at that time. Kenmoor has long been a source of pride for this community as the first magnet school to offer specialized gifted and talented programs for students from the North County. It's also a home to specialized Center for English Learners as well. And now it is the home to a beautiful new school for the next generation ahead. Having toured this school on a couple of different occasions, I have no doubt that it is up to the task, that you all will do wonderful things, take pride, and ensure that you make us proud as you have done in the past. I extend my thanks and appreciation to all who have played a role in bringing this building to life, including our former CEO, Dr. Monica Golson, our county executive, Angela Alsobrook, and our Board of Education, who I think we have a few members here. My Board of Education members will stand at this time. I see our chair, Judy Mickens-Murray, Shayla here, and I think they are. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for your continuous support. This school should really, quite frankly, be the gold standard for every student in Prince George's County. Everybody deserves what's happening here at Kenmoor, and we're looking forward to ensuring that we move as quick as possible to build schools in the manner that we have. So with that being said, thank you all for your continued support in giving our students the best schools that we can build. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandy Rogers McDonald, and I am a project director for Fingate Asset Management and the project executive for the project consortium Prince George's County Education and Community Partners. I bring you greetings this morning on behalf of the magnificent team of equity and contracting partners for this project. We are Fingate Asset Management, Gilbane Development Company, Gilbane Building Company, Stantec, and Honeywell Building Solutions. Someone recently asked me to utilize 3 words to describe my feelings regarding this project, and at the time, I'm certain I gave 3 words that had some positive meaning. But over the last few weeks, I've taken time to really think about 3 words that both myself and the team would utilize to describe this project. And I came up with 3 very profound adjectives: thankful, proud, and optimistic. Thankful that we were chosen to be the first in the U.S. to complete this initiative to deliver state-of-the-art schools. Proud to have been a large part of the economic growth of small and minority businesses here in Prince George's County and the DMV region. And proud to be a true community partner with the inclusion of student internships, mentoring opportunities, apprenticeships, and a $1 million endowment to support scholarships. And finally, optimistic about the future of the infrastructure industry, believing that many rapidly growing jurisdictions like Prince George's County will utilize this project as a litmus test for expediting construction and modernizations of new and aging real estate assets while providing significant tax savings for their residents. In closing, I would like to take the time to thank those who helped us reach this magnificent milestone. Without your support and personal investment in this project, we would not be here. To Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks, Prince George's County Council, former Prince George's County Public School CEO, Dr. Monica Golson, and current Prince George's County Public School CEO, Dr. Millard House, Prince George's County Board of Education, thank you for your undying support, political support of this project. When political naysayers were working so hard to impede this process, you maintained a positive outlook. To Mr. Jason Washington, Deputy COO and Associate Superintendent and Director for Office of Alternative Infrastructure Planning and Development, and Mr. Sean Matlock, Director of Capital Programs for PGCPS. Thank you for believing in our team to take on this historical project. We are honored to have constructed such beautiful works of art and are honored to continue serving the Prince George's County community for another 30 years. To our contracting partners, our community contracting partners on this project, Cornick Construction, Warren Builds, Arel Architects, Ellison, and 3E Consulting, and a whole host of other subcontracting partners, thank you so much for your dedication and hard work to the development of this project. Without you, the construction and maintenance of these schools would not be possible. And finally, to the Prince George's County Public Schools community, Kenmoor community, thank you for your unbelievable patience during and after construction. Thank you to the residents of the various school communities who endured all of the noise, dirt, and slight inconveniences during construction. And lastly, thank you to the incredible school leadership, Ms. Rebecca Turner. Thank you for your patience during the maintenance transition period. We know that the changes were really difficult for you and your team, but we all know that they're most beneficial for the purposes of maintaining these fully functioning facilities for our future leaders of tomorrow. And so I say to each and every one of you again, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the opportunity. And we at PGC ECP are truly grateful.
We will now hear from the choir.
Good morning. My name is Ms. Santiago Quiñones, and I am the proud director of the Kenmoor Middle School Choir. Today, we will be singing the song Dreams, arrangement by Rollo Dilworth, and text by Langston Hughes.
Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly.
Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Langston Hughes.
Hold
Can we give them another round of applause, please? Next, we will hear from County Councilwoman Ms. Jolene Ivey.
Good morning. Number one, somebody doesn't like me very much because they move things around and they put me right after the choir. And they were so amazing. So I can't sing at all. And it's wonderful to see these young people and hear them this morning. And I'm really glad that I got to hear them, but putting me right after them wasn't really kind. And I did stop to talk to the kids, and I do have a message to deliver. They're ready for their locker assignments. Okay. As the mother of 5 sons, and all of them went to Prince George's County Public Schools, 2 of them went here. It's been a while, but 2 of them went here, and they're doing very well in their lives. And I know that part of the reason is Miss Fudley, who is here today. She was one of my son's math teachers. It was before she was even a principal, and she was the most amazing teacher. In fact, she's the reason that my oldest son went here, because I actually came to check out the school ahead of time. I was one of those moms. And there were a group of students at her door at lunchtime. And they were all out in the hallway clamoring to get in, to spend their lunch hour with Miss Fudley. And she was there telling them, "I'm sorry, kids, you can't come do math with me today. You have to go to lunch. I have things I have to do." And they were so disappointed. And I thought, wow, okay, I'm also terrible at math. If I'd ever had a teacher who was that inspiring, maybe I would have taken a different path in my life, but there was no way I was ever going to do anything that required actual math because I did not have Miss Budley as a teacher. I was here during the groundbreaking a couple of years ago, and I've come by during the construction, got to take a tour. It's a really beautiful building. But I do know that as beautiful as this building is, it's the teachers, the principal, all the administrators, it's the students, the parents, the community. That's who makes this school strong. I see some of the parents here today as well. Obviously, there are students, community members, teachers, the principal. We all need to do all we can to support each other and to support this school community, because that's the important thing. That we have a strong leader who brings people together, who helps people do their best, and those teachers will then bring the best out of our students, like Ms. Fudley did. So I'm very happy to be here today, to be at the ribbon cutting, which is even more fun than the groundbreaking. This has been a time of excitement to have so many schools open at once. I do know the schools are really needed. It's a different and innovative way to pay for the school construction, and I'm hopeful that we're going to be really glad in 30 years that we did it this way. And I'm really glad to be here today to see it open. So thank you so much for having me, and go Cobras!
Good morning, everybody. Isn't this a wonderful day? I am so glad to be here. I cannot tell you all how really glad I am to be here. For you see, I taught at Kenmoor Junior High School. what a wonderful, wonderful experience. People often ask me, are you sorry that you ever became an educator? One of the best decisions that I ever made in my life was to become a teacher. I must tell you all, I came at a time when we had a wonderful principal by the name of John Robinson. And the vice principal's name was George Malley. You would be interested to know that some of the best and the brightest educators worked at Kenmoor, which is now middle school. You also need to know that Kenmoor was chosen as one of the blue ribbon schools in the great state of Maryland. And that was because of the dedication of the teachers, the principals, the staff, the custodial staff, the cafeteria staff, everybody working together as a family, because we were bound and determined that every child who walked into the doors of Kenmoor would be successful. I am so pleased with this wonderful, wonderful building. But as the council lady said, it is not about the building. It's about the people who will be in the building that have the heart and the soul. The community, I must tell you, we spent a lot of time across the street in Palmer Park in the Kenmoor community, because if the children didn't do what they were supposed to do, we had a little crowd of educators and council people, and we would go over across the street to talk with the parents. We made home visits. And that is one of the reasons why things were so wonderfully done in this building of Kenmoor Middle School. And so I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who played a role in having this school built in this community, because it is well deserved. But I also want to thank the students, these rising stars, these Hallmark cards, because your parents cared to send the very best here. And we're going to treat you as if you are exactly what we know you are. We're just so happy. Let the word go forth. And because Prince George's County loves its students so much here in the Kenmoor community, this building cost somewhere around $67 million. That is because you deserve it. The teachers deserve it. The community deserves it. The parents deserve it. This wonderful principal, who is about the business of ensuring that every child is going to be successful regardless of what it takes, needs to be commended. What a great start here at Kenmoor Middle School. And so I'm just very glad. We're down in Annapolis struggling along, and we are fighting hard to be sure that the resources come back to Prince George's County, because our children deserve it. When we go to Annapolis, Maryland, I don't know of an elected official that is not laser focused on the education of children. And so we are bound and determined to ensure that some of that $63 billion budget that we have in Annapolis comes back to Prince George's County for our children, for our senior citizens, for our veterans. It's not an easy task, but we are up to it. There are those of us who are working 7 days a week. We're getting ready for the session, which will start in January, wonderful people, and we are going to do everything we possibly can to ensure that the schools that were put on the drawing board get the kind of resources and the money that it takes. As many of you know, we're looking closely at other schools that are not a part of the P3 plan. We are building a new Suitland High School. Some of you will be going to Suitland High School, which is costing us a little over $200 million. We are not going to be fooling around when it comes to the education of our children, because we have enough sense to understand that a rising tide lifts all ships. And we have to be sure that we prepare our children for a life that's going to benefit them, but also make us all proud. So I am very glad to be here, and on behalf of the delegation, the delegates, and the senators in Annapolis, please know that you have our unwavering support. And as an educator who was in the Prince George's County Public Schools for over 40 years, I am still running around in the school system. Once an educator, you're always one, and I'm busy going into schools to see what I can do to ensure that we move this school system forward with some of the best educators and the brightest minds in the nation. And so whatever I can do to help, and I speak on behalf of the delegation in Annapolis, the House, and the Senate, whatever we can do to help to move the agenda for future generations, long after we're gone, don't hesitate to call on us. I want to say to the young people, I'm looking forward to you continuing to do well, because as a cancer survivor, I want one of you all to make up in your mind that you're going to find a cure for cancer. I want you to be sure that you understand that we have high expectations for you. And a part of that is staying focused on the agenda, because you're not going to always have your parents to take care of you. Stay focused, do the best that you can be, stay away from bad company. You know who they are. Stay away from bad company. Get up in the morning and understand that when you look in the mirror, you're looking at the winner. And if you can't win, make the first person in front of you break the record. You are wonderful. We're glad that you're here. And I get excited every time I see you coming down to Annapolis. I mean to tell you, you're always welcome in our office in Annapolis. And I say that for everybody. Hold us accountable. Help us to get the job done. And if we work together, wonderful things will continue to happen, not only for the Prince George's County Public Schools, but for Prince George's County in general. Thank you all very much.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shayla Adams Stafford, and I am the Board of Education representative for District 4. And as a former educator, I can honestly say I'm pretty much ready to go back into the classroom after taking my tour of Kenmoor. So if you have a social studies position open, let me know. I think I need to be back. This is an amazing place for teaching and learning, and I'm just so grateful to be here today after standing here 2 years ago in this beautiful new building. You know, really, this day is really a celebration of what true partnership really looks like. This is a first in our nation collaboration, and it's a shining example of what can be accomplished at all levels when we work together. You know, this is a groundbreaking achievement, and I am just thinking about what it means to come together in such a way that we're putting aside differences to ensure that we're lifting up our students and keeping our students first. When we think about this school, I asked very specifically to Jason Washington and Sean Matlock, you know, how we could bring in opportunities for students to receive access to health care, mental health care, access to immunizations. And this was really an outcry from the Kenmoor community. And so they listened. You know, oftentimes when you have these major projects happening like this, there are so many moving parts, but I want to just truly say thank you to Mr. Washington and Mr. Matlock and your team for making spaces here in our new schools for students and families to come and receive that type of support. That's going to be a novel feature of this school that, we're hoping that all members of the community take advantage of. And, honestly, as an educator, when I think about this space, it's such a lovely space because it's so purposefully designed. If you walk around this school, you'll see these sort of areas that are designed for student collaboration. We talk about collaboration to bring this school into being. Even in the hallways, there are areas for students to come and do work together in teams. There are opportunities for collaboration in the large space in the middle of the school for educators to use different instructional models, to have students engage in seminars. This is the type of place where really purposeful learning can happen. And so I'm just so grateful to our private industry partners, to our school system who work together to make this happen, and really the community that voiced different components of the school that they wanted to see to really meet the needs of the community. I'm just really happy that this day has come. And to our students who are going to inhabit this building and make it your own, I just want to encourage you to think about, what you'll do after you leave Kenmoor. This is a place where you're going to incubate and just really grow in your passion and your skills. And we're looking forward to what you'll do to impact our county in the future. So again, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here today. And I'm very grateful for all of the work that has gone into making this an amazing, amazing partnership. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sean Matlock. I'm the Director of Capital Programs for Prince George's County Public Schools. First, I'd like to address our students. This building, this is not an investment in brick and mortar. This is an investment in you. We care about you, and this is a representation of what we care about you, how much we care about you. We want you to succeed and be successful and have dreams that you can build on. We want you to incubate those dreams here. We want you to grow your dreams here so that you can be the best thing that you can imagine for yourself. That's what we want for you. And so I think we should all give the students a round of applause. Now, there are a lot of people that went into making this happen. In the very beginning, it was our county council. We had, at the time was led by Ms. Galeros and Mr. Turner, and they created the legislation that made this possible. So we couldn't start it without the legislation. And then there was the courage of Dr. Golson to take a leap of faith and move forward with this process, and our county executive, who, in addition to doing that, also aligned all of the county agencies to assist us in a unique method by which we used to build these schools. We didn't build them in a traditional manner. They were built using a fast-track methodology that's unique. And then, in addition to that, we had a board that took a vote under a lot of pressure, a lot of public comment against it, but took a vote and move forward to make this all happen. And then there are the parents in the community and the educators who helped design this building and the parents who advocated for their schools, and they all deserve a recognition. In addition, we have our state delegation that has now provided us with roughly $800 million to build more schools like this. And our state delegation should be recognized for that. So give you all a round of applause. Now, when I took this job, I was told, well, we have an $8.5 billion need. And I said, oh, I'm getting $425 million a year? And they said, no. I said, Okay, so we had to come up with some creative measures to build this school. And there was a lot of overcrowding. We had a lot of schools that were experiencing critical issues related to their structures. And so we took this tool, and it's just a tool, one of many that we're using to advance construction. And now we have the opportunity with the state money to exercise this tool again to build 8 more schools. And I'm excited about that, and I think we all need to get together and support that, because while these schools are not the school, the buildings themselves are not the school, the people in it have to live within that school. They deserve to be in buildings that are not leaking. They have structural supports that are not falling apart. They deserve buildings that have all those things in them, that they have the tools to provide opportunities for our kids to learn in different ways. The other thing I'd like to point out is that this school was built with a combination of union labor. We had the electrical systems were all provided by the unions, HVAC systems provided by the union labor, plumbing provided by union labor. It was also, we had minority contractors work on this, a large number of them. They provided the low voltage in these buildings. They provided the steel that builds these buildings up. This was a collaboration of all of Prince George's County to build this, both in the private sector and in the public sector. This was a collaboration, and that's why we have the buildings we have today. I want to point out a few people, in a few groups of people. I can't name everybody because it's not fair, but we had a lot of support from our consultants at JLL, who are listed, and also Kutak Rock. They're all sitting over here on this side today. They came in for today, and I want to thank them. I want to give them a round of applause because they provided the expertise to negotiate through this process. We also have a lot of our staff here that also provided support to our partners at Fengate and Gilbane, and they did a wonderful job working together to build these schools. And then finally, I do want to mention Jason Washington, who is now our associate superintendent. And Jason has a lot of patience and a lot of understanding, more than I do, I'll be honest. And he went to all these public meetings. He negotiated with our partners. He was on top of all the work that was going on, worked with the county and all these things to help pull all this together. And it's clearly something that required the patience of Job and a lot of wisdom and a lot of hard work. And we should applaud that effort that he gave here to make these possible. And I'll conclude my remarks by saying that I'm very happy that we now have these new 5 schools that we built, the 6th being on its way, and that we're going to be able to build 8 more schools. And I think we're going to be able to give children more than, I wish I could give every student in the school system, or I was able to arrange to build every student in the school system a building like that. But we're going to do as much as we can with the tools that you give us. Thank you.
As I am the last person standing between everyone and cutting the ribbon, I will be mindful and quick with a few acknowledgments. I would definitely like to start by saying thank you to the students. In final time. Just thinking about what lies ahead for you, I'm excited for all of you, and I think you've heard from everybody today how we believe that this is a true expression of what we believe you all can accomplish. And from elected officials, from PGCPS staff, from everybody, I think about when I started my career as a 7th grade science teacher. And I quickly realized that was not for me. But during that time, I did recognize just how important it is to be at a place where you're valued and you're appreciated. And I truly hope that you know that we all believe that in all of you and believe in your potential. I would like to also thank the project manager and the supervisor, Mike and Santi, that actually led building this school. And the dedication that went into that. But I also wanted to point out this display over here is the mural that has been designed that will be installed in the cafeteria area, in the servery. And I would like to recognize the artist, Mr. Jordan Shackelford, who has immense patience and I'm sure also immense energy because he just welcomed 2 twins. And so he's back there with his little ones. So thank you. And finally, I would like to thank all of our elected officials that have come, as well as Principal Fotley. I remember our first initial conversations when we started this journey. And I just want to say, on behalf of PGCPS and our colleagues, that we are excited to work hard to deliver this. We expect to be held accountable, and we expect to deliver top quality facilities for all of our students, and we're going to do everything we can to do that. And I just want to thank all of my colleagues and everyone that played a role in this, and just thank you all so much for coming out, and we will now get to cutting the ribbon. Thanks, everybody.